Hi.
What and who is Nirvana?
What and who is Nirvana? Nirvana is a three-piece underground alternative grunge rock band from Seattle, Washington, or the outskirts of Seattle, Washington. And that's about it. I mean, that's what we are.
What exactly is the grunge sound?
I don't know. I guess that's been classified as a grunge sound because we play electric guitars with distortion. That's about it.
How would you describe the music that you play?
How do we describe what?
The music you play and the things you do.
Well, the things we do is just, we play a very powerful, high energy type of rock and roll. We move around on stage a lot and just scream with an abandon, I guess.
Right now, stop going.
Never mind.
Seattle's a real well-known music scene.
I think because there happens to be a lot of good bands coming out of Seattle right now. A lot of good bands. And it's just by chance, I guess. It's luck, I don't know.
How'd you like Europe?
I liked Europe. Yeah, I liked Europe. It was a lot of good times.
What were the crowds like? How were you received?
Pretty much the same way we are around here. And when we were in the United States, we get about the same type of response. People really like us, I think.
What was it like playing right after the wall came down in Berlin?
We didn't get to see very much, actually. We were delayed for about 4 more hours because there were so many people coming from East Berlin into West Germany. So we pretty much just experienced it on the highway, and that's it. We didn't get to see the wall. We didn't get to see anything but the venue that night when we played. But there's a lot of good feeling in the air, a lot of good atmosphere.
How did you get involved with the Sub Pop label?
We recorded a demo in Reciprocal, and Jack Endino, the producer that does mostly all Sub Pop stuff, he gave the tape to Jonathan and Bruce, the head guys at Sub Pop, and they called us up and we started negotiating.
What's your musical background?
Hard rock, punk rock, new wave, country, doesn't matter. We like everything, so that's pretty much what we try to do, is have a lot of diversity in our music.
Who are some of your influences?
Probably the Stooges, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Velvet Underground, stuff like that. The Beatles especially. Yeah, they're definitely my biggest influence.
What's the future of Nirvana?
The future of Nirvana? I don't know. Hopefully try to write some more good songs. That's all we care about, is writing good music. If we get popular or not, it doesn't matter. The music's more important.
What kind of advice would you give to people that are starting out or want to have a musical career?
Just keep practicing and don't give up. Just never give up. Play as often as you can and be really dedicated and try to write good music, and don't worry about the material ethics that go with music. It doesn't matter what you look like or anything. It doesn't matter what your product looks like. It's what it sounds like. I think music's a lot more important than video.
Kurt gave me a ride home to where I was staying at my dad's. Well, we wanted to listen to the recording we did that night, so I said, hey, Kurt, can I borrow the keys to your car so I can drive up to the store so I can get some beer, and I'll be right back and we can listen to our recording. Well, instead of just going to the store, there was a bar next to right there, so I stopped in and I had a couple drinks. Well, on the way home, I left and I was pulled over. I was pretty much effed up, you know. They impound his car and they arrest me. 4 hours after this, right, we get back to my dad's trailer and Kurt's pissed off. And I don't blame him, you know, I don't blame him at all. But he said the next day he called up, you know, he said, you're fucking fired, I don't want you, blah, 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 and because he's pissed off.
Okay. How's your stomach? Have you found anything to...
It's gone.
Yeah?
Yeah. I finally have been prescribed the right stomach medicine after 6 years of being in constant pain. Finally, I haven't had a stomach problem for like over a year now. Yeah.
Did they finally figure out what it was, or did they just finally...
No, they never figured out what it was. I mean, most gastrointestinal doctors don't know anything about the stomach diseases. They just have a PhD, you know. They get paid a lot of money for pretending and prescribing you different drugs, and it's a total scam as far as I'm concerned, because I've been going to doctors for 6 years, and I've tried every drug available except for this one last one that's brand new, and it finally worked. And it can't be what do you call that? I mean, it isn't.
Placebo?
What?
Placebo?
No. No, it can't be. It isn't a specific stomach ailment. It doesn't have a name or anything. It wasn't a matter of finding out what disease I had. It's just, you know, it's psychosomatic. It's part of my nervous system. It's part of, you know, there are millions of people all over the world who have irritable bowel syndrome, and that's the common term that all doctors call a stomach problem. And they just say, oh, you have irritable bowel syndrome, but I can't fix it, you know. I don't have anything to fix it, but, you know, there's just a variety of ulcer medicines that can slow down ulcers, you know, and eventually heal them. But I didn't have an ulcer. I just had a red irritation in my stomach, you know. But I was in pain. I mean, I was in pain for so long that I didn't care if I was in a band. I didn't care if I was alive, you know. And it just so happened that I came to that conclusion at a time when my band became really popular, you know. I mean, it had been going on and building up for so many years that I was, you know, suicidal. I mean, I just didn't want to live. So I just thought, if I'm going to die, if I'm going to kill myself, I should take some drugs, you know. May as well become a junkie, because I felt like a junkie every day, you know. You know, waking up starving, forcing myself to eat, you know, barfing it back up. It's like, you know, just imagine trying to eat your 3 meals a day and just concentrating and just crying at times, just like, I'm in pain all the time, you know. And being on tour was a lot worse too, you know. It made it even worse. So.
When did they? How long did you not been in pain? What was it? I know you just said it, but when did they find the medicine that they cured?
About a year ago.
That's good.
Yeah.
I want to go through some.
Take my sunglasses off, because I knew if I took my sunglasses off just once, that's the photo they would have used, you know. That's just one of the tricks I've learned, you know.
Another Paul Westerberg story. They had when the Replacements broke up and all the Tommy and Paul hate each other rumors were going on. They made a point to do a photo session of them together, and as a joke, one of them, I forget which one of them was, got a squirt gun and pointed it to the other one's head. And they used that one and took they shot that one, took about 10 other actually took about 10 photos of that, took one without it, and used them all without it.
Yeah.
It's probably a good move. Are you finding it easier to play guitar and sing at the same time now that you've got a second guitarist on stage?
Yeah, I do. Although I still, I'm still concentrating on playing guitar a lot more than I thought I would. I thought it would relieve me so much that I wouldn't even have to try anymore, and I could screw up notes and it wouldn't matter, but I still hear myself screw up, so I still have to concentrate almost as much as I ever did before, you know, but it still is a relief. I mean, it also just rounds out the sound. I think that's the most important thing.
The thing that surprised me about it when I knew you'd have the second guitar player in the first, I guess it was the Roseland show in New York, the first time I saw you, when Big John was playing, right? That was before Pat. Is that I thought you'd be, just because I was thinking, well, now he can concentrate more on singing, I was thinking you'd be playing the rhythm parts and they'd be playing the leads that you play, but you're still playing the leads.
Hey, shut up! Who is that? Oh. What was the question now?
I thought when I had heard about having the second guitar player, I had assumed you'd stick just with simple rhythm stuff so that you could sing easier, but you're still playing the leads.
Yeah, well, that's because I know the leads, and well, actually I don't. A lot of times, I mean, even to this day, I still haven't bothered to learn the solo that I recorded on the album. You know, I just play whatever I want, but I just still like playing lead guitar sometimes, you know.
Can you talk about the two guys that I believe was Big John at first, right?
Well, it was never anything even close to official. We just decided to try him out one day. He'd been our guitar tech for quite a few months, and we thought, since we like him, and that's one of the most important things when you get a new band member, you have to like the person first, and then if they play good music, then that's second, you know. But it's just something we've been wanting for a while, you know, and it just didn't work out with John, really. I mean, he tunes guitars too good, so, and, you know, then we found ourselves without a guitar tech, so.
Is Pat going to be an official member of Nirvana now then, or is he just going to tour with you?
I don't know. We haven't tried to write any songs together yet. I'd like him to be, actually. I mean, he's so much fun to be around. And it's just been so great being on tour with him, you know. I'd like it to be a reality, but who knows.
How annoying is it after all this time to still be, I mean, I know writing for 120 minutes and putting that show together every week, if we get a new video in either from a new band that's from Seattle or a band that's been around for a while, I almost don't want to say they're from Seattle at this point, because at that point, you know, someone's just going to
There's no reason to.
I mean, everyone, well, I mean, you know, if a band's from Boston or a band's from somewhere down the south, they want to say this is where they're from and whatever, but I just don't want to do it, because I feel like I'm you know, not condemning them, but people are going to prejudge them so much at this point. How annoying has that gotten, and the whole, you know, you're a grunge band from Seattle thing? Do you think bands will, how long do you think it'll be before bands can come out of here and be prejudged?
Probably never. I don't know. I haven't thought about that for a long time. It doesn't affect us anymore, so I don't really think about it. I mean, I'm sure it's a curse to a lot of other bands, you know, new bands starting out who are from Seattle. You know, it's probably an embarrassment for some people, but I don't know.
wish I could eat your cancer when you turn black. Hey, wait, I got complaint forever and after your private time. Hey, wait, I got complaint forever and after your private time. Hey, wait, I got complaint forever and after your private
I'm here at the Paradise on Calm Ave in Boston, a little after-hours thing going on here. I'm here with members of Nirvana, members of the Doughboys, and in fact, a member of the Buzzcocks. Guys, welcome to Hype TV. How's it going? How's the tour going for you guys? You guys getting a good response out there? I know your unit's tearing up.
In the face, you get a knife?
I've had about 30 shoes in my face and 10 coins, 1 bottle of Jägermeister. That's about it.
Any stitches involved with this activity?
Oh, I'm self-healing.
Self-healing, like Christine in that Stephen King movie? Exactly. Have you had any injuries?
I can't. I was just infected, like my insurance policy.
Just want to say thank you to Hype TV. You're the best. Whenever I'm wherever, I watch Hype TV.
That's pretty much the typical station ID we make all you guys do. We make everybody do this.
Kudos to kudos.
Isn't this the most interesting thing about your position in life, that you get people you don't even know coming up to you asking you to say, whenever I'm in town, I always listen to such and such radio station, or I always watch such and such TV show, and you've never in fact seen it before in your life?
No.
Does that bug you? All right. Later.
There we go. This is Tony from the Buzzcocks. You're watching HYP TV.
Cool.
What if some Hare Krishna walked up to you? And you were spiritually desperate. You know what I mean? What if some Manson family member walked up to you and you were spiritually vacant? And what if
I would just say no?
You would just say no? That's it, man. I look in your eyes and I see Nancy Reagan's sunken eyeballs.
To
Not like that.
What?
Look at that. It's like watching a small TV.
Yeah.
Rather
Yeah.
than
No, I
having to go
can't.
like that.
No, I have to see.
Well, thanks for coming tonight.
Suckos.
Very much good there, although.
Cast in bronze.
Come on, get him out. You got any facts?
As long as you smoke it. Seriously, don't.
Promising band Nirvana is dead, and this is the story as we know it so far. Cobain's body was found in a house in Seattle on Friday morning. He was dead of an apparently self-inflicted shotgun blast to the head. Police found what is said to be a suicide note at the scene, but have not yet divulged its contents. Cobain, who was 27, had reportedly been missing for about 6 days, according to his mother. The Los Angeles Times reported on Wednesday that Nirvana was breaking up and that Cobain was planning to undergo drug rehabilitation. A source close to the band told MTV News earlier this week that while that story sounded bad, it was better than what was, quote, really going on. That comment remains to be confirmed.
Nirvana's label says the 27-year-old lead singer's body was found in his Seattle home with a gunshot wound to the head and a suicide note nearby. Cobain was recovering from a drug and alcohol-induced coma, which he suffered last month in Rome. Mark Shear looks back at a brief but brilliant career.
As a teen in rural Aberdeen, Washington, Kurt Cobain told one writer he felt like his classmates thought he would explode one day. As it turned out, his band Nirvana exploded, from underground roots on independent releases to a major label debut that helped launch a musical movement centered around Seattle and a sound and style that became known as grunge.
A month before that album came out, they were practically nobodies. A month after it came out, they were spokesmen for their generation.
That 1991 album, Nevermind, shot to #1 and sold over 10 million copies. Cobain and bandmates Chris Novoselic and Dave Grohl were hauled into the mainstream they had studiously avoided. It was a rough ride with some self-inflicted bruises. When a Vanity Fair article had Cobain's wife, singer Courtney Love of the rock group Hole, boasting of heroin use during her pregnancy, Love claimed she was misquoted.
Okay, one more. Go, jump.
The couple had a daughter, Frances. Seattle police were called to their house in a domestic dispute last June. And Cobain has admitted heroin use. He says it was partly to medicate chronic stomach pain. In March, while the 27-year-old Cobain and his wife were staying in Rome in between European concert dates, he was hospitalized in a coma for reportedly ingesting a tranquilizer and champagne. A spokesperson said the medication was prescribed for Cobain's stomach troubles. Nirvana's In Utero album, released in September of 1993, rang up sales of over 2 million. But because of its album cover art depicting fetuses, the Kmart and Walmart chain stores wouldn't stock it. In early April, the band agreed to alterations, their management saying they wanted the CD to be available to more kids. Nirvana was dressed for success on the cover of Rolling Stone, but success wasn't suiting them well. Mark Shearer, CNN Entertainment News, New York.
Cobain, the lead singer of the